How to create a notebook in Canva to sell on Amazon KDP. In this video, we're going to be talking about Canva and how you can create a notebook in the easiest and most simplest way and then sell it on your Amazon KDP in quick fashion. Okay, so Amazon KDP is basically you could say, service that Amazon provides where you can go ahead and upload any piece of, you could say, self-publishment. You can, like, storybooks, notebooks, article books, coloring books, drawing books, etc. So that is what Amazon KDP is for. So basically what you do is you join KDP and you can, be your own publisher, create all these stories for yourself. So we're going to be talking about how we're going to use Canva to basically self-publish our print and digital books and actually reach good heights when it comes to Amazon. Because if we go over to Amazon.com, over here we can see Amazon has a totally different section for books. So here we have books, and if you, like, search up any random book and you go to the top selling ones, they sell out pretty good. And as they sell out, they also go for good money. So these are all KDP uploaded. So people use Amazon KDP to upload books like this, and that is what we are going to be talking about. We're going to be creating a notebook, and in that notebook, obviously, we're going to be going ahead and designing a lot of things through Canva. Okay, so to start things off, obviously, you're going to sign up with Amazon KDP, and once you've signed up with that, what you're going to do is you're going to come over to Canva over here, and right here in the template section, you're going to write in notebook. So once you write notebook, you have notebook cover, and then you have notebook wrap. Okay, so what we want is we want a proper notebook template to allow us to, create a proper product that would go good for KDP. So let's go with, first of all, a blank page. All right. So for a blank page, what you're going to do is you are going to go to notebook template. You're going to see its dimensions. Okay. So the dimensions are 210 by 297 millimeters. So I'm going to go ahead and click on customize this template. Okay. Now, once we click on customize this template, it's going to open up a, basic template for us to design on. Now, I'm not going to be creating my template through this. I'm going to delete all these things that are added. And once I've deleted these, now we have a blank page, right? So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a basic cover page. So the cover page that we are going to be adding is not going to be too funky or anything like that. Just a basic, minimalistic cover page. I'm going to make the colors a bit interesting. Let's keep it dark blue. Okay. Now, once we do that, you can go ahead and add all the type of text and design you want to. So let's go with something a little fancy as it's a notebook. So I'm going to go with this text over here. Okay. And we are going to remove all the text, and I'm going to write notebook. Okay. I'm going to choose this text. Once I choose this text, I'm going to make it smaller. Okay. And you're going to make it small enough so it can fit in one design. So now we have this notebook design. I'm going to ungroup both of these. I'm going to bring this here. Now we have notebook over here. Okay. Pretty standard, pretty straightforward. And I'm going to make it come to the center so it's justified. There we go. So we have notebook, and then you can, again, I'm going to centralize this like that. Bring it to the center. And here you can write notebook for geeks, something like that. So once you've done this, you can add, whatever kind of designs you want to add in the bottom. Obviously, I'm going to go ahead and write something like a writer, something like that. And just go ahead and add some good graphics into this. So we have this over here. You can go ahead and expand its size, bring it to the center. And, that looks pretty cool. That looks pretty nice integrated into the black. And then one more thing that we'll do is just add the illustrated by and everything. So I'm going to come here and we're going to come to this. I'm going to write illustrated by, and then you can add the name of the author. So let's say I'm going to write John, and then we can write something like, created by, and then you can write another name like Jason, stuff like that. And once this is done, you're going to take your text and you're going to align it right over here. So once this is done, this is basically our main, cover for our basic notebook. I'm going to add a page, And here, what we're going to do is we're going to remove all these things because I want my page to have a very light shade of gray. Okay, but this is not light enough. I'm going to go a tad bit lighter. And yeah, there we go. That should do it. Now, once this is done, what you're going to do is, first of all, you're going to add the basic, outline in the back of the page. So we're going to go into elements. And now that we're in elements, let's go ahead and add a basic outline. So let's go and search up elements like flowers, So let's go ahead and add flowers in the back. So let's go with these ones over here, okay? And once we go with these, I'm going to add these in the bottom left section, okay? And once these are here, you're going to go to the transparency, and there we are. So just like this, we're going to add one more design, and you can add it to the top or the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and add this, change its rotation, okay? So I'm going to keep it on 90 degrees, make the size a little smaller, bring it up here, and then we're going to take down the transparency on this as well. And there we go. So, just like that, you can make the internal cover of the actual notes. And now is the turn to add in lines, okay? Because lines are the most important bits. So for lines, you're simply going to go ahead and search up lines like this. And now that we have searched up lines, let's go ahead and choose a free line. So here we have it. We have this free line over here. Obviously, it's an animated one. So if you want a non-animated line that is free, you're going to go ahead and find it. And here we are. So we have just found a line that is, not animated, and it looks pretty well as well. So I'm going to go ahead and increase the size of this. So here we have it. And just like this, you're going to go ahead and copy paste this along the page. So we're going to copy, we're going to paste it, bring it down. And we're going to do the same, and you're going to bring it further down. And you're going to make sure the spacing between them is perfect, okay? It needs to be perfectly intact, and there we go. So now the spacing, I feel like, is perfect between them. So now you're just going to copy paste until the actual dynamics or the dimensions of the images are well and good. So there we go. And just like this, or you're simply going to copy all of those, paste it, and once you have pasted it, bring it down, and there we go. So now we have this proper notebook design. And what you can do is you can actually add numbering pages as well. So let's say I'm going to come here, click on add a heading. I'm going to go ahead and write 1. We're going to go into effects. We're going to go to background, and let's go with a decent background color. Let's go with blue. Blue seems fine. And the text color in itself, let's go with white. Okay. And once we have done this, we're going to choose this in itself. And what you're going to do is you're going to go to the transparency, take it down, okay? And once you've taken it down, what you're going to do is you're going to bring it over here, okay? And once it's over here, you can take down its size, bring it to the top right, and there we go. So now you can start numbering pages. So once a page template for you is well and made, what you can do is you can start duplicating this page. So you can duplicate this page by just clicking on this over here and just go ahead and change the number per page. And this basically starts creating your notebook, okay? So I'm going to duplicate a few pages, okay? And as we duplicate them, we're going to change the numbers as well. So we have around 10 notebook pages. So let's go ahead and change the numbers for them. We're going to change this to 4. We're going to change this to 5. We're going to change this to 6. And also do know that when it comes to a notebook, you can also add a binder for yourself, okay? So the binder can be written over here in the elements section, okay? Come to elements, write in binder. And once you write in binder, as you can see, you have binder templates over here. So if I go ahead and increase the size for this, and I bring it here, look at that. So, that adds a cool, nice look. That looks pretty nice. It looks pretty, slick. So you can add this throughout your design as well if you want to. That obviously depends on you. That depends on if you want this look or not. But this is a pretty good additional touch, in my opinion. Okay. So once you've added the binder, you can also go ahead to File. You're going to go to Settings. And here you can, disable the print bleed, which is basically when it gets printed, these are the sides that are going to get cut off of it. So make sure your designs are inside those, okay? And once, your notebook's look is mainly done, you're also going to make sure to keep an outro page, which is basically, your main page for signing off. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring this page down, okay? And I'm just going to keep moving it down until it goes to the end. And in the end as well, I'm going to keep a blue color theme because the intro page is the main blue color. And what we're going to do over here is you can, leave a nice message in the end, letting people know that you're thankful and, you're glad that they use your book, etc. So you can write something like that. So let's say I'm going to come here, I'm going to go to add a little body of text and, just add random texts into this body. So once you've written this down, you can simply come over here, expand the size of it. And now that we've expanded the size, just centralize it like that. And once you have done this, we have our full-fledged notebook created. All right. So once our notebook is created, you're going to click on share. And once you click on share for Amazon KDP, you're going to go ahead and do this in PDF standard. Okay. Don't go with PDF print because you're not the one printing it. Amazon's the one printing it. So they already have a better off, printing look. So go with PDF standard, and once you go with PDF standard, as you can see, it starts downloading for you in the matter of seconds. And now that we open it up, let's see the final product. Okay, so this is the final product, and look at this. It looks pretty straightforward, looks pretty chic, and look at this design. It looks pretty cool, right? Now, obviously, because of the colored or drawn lines over it, it doesn't look very formal. So you can also make a formal notebook by just adding straightforward lines, but just get the idea of this. It looks like a pretty straightforward notebook that, in my opinion, gives a good look, and it generally should sell good as well because it's a basic notebook. So once this is done, what you can do is you're simply going to go over to your KDP and upload it. And that is basically, how you're going to be selling books through Canva onto your Amazon KDP. And you can actually go ahead and search up notebook in your KDP section, and you can see the different notebooks that people have provided. And as you can see, a few of them have binders as well on them. So as you can see, these binders, they, leave a good look on your page. And usually notebooks sell for, £4 to £5, but you can also go up to £9 to £10 depending on how good of a seller rate you have. Okay. So that's what it depends on. Now, if we get more into the design part, obviously, as you saw, we designed a notebook that was more, you could say, colorful related, and I wouldn't exactly call it childish, but a little informal. So let's go with a minimalistic look on our notebook now. So if you want to go for a minimalistic look, obviously go for a template that has a minimalistic outlook. So we have this simple A4 line paper. So I'm going to go ahead and customize this one. So if we open up the customized template, here you can see we have it all right here. Now, we won't be removing the lines like the last one because the lines, in my opinion, are perfect in my case. So what I'll simply do is I'll duplicate the pages. So let's duplicate them to, let's say, about 5. And let's add our binder first. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and search in binder. And once we have our binder in our graphic portal, there we go. I'm simply going to adjust the binder according to my page. And there we go. That looks relatively nice. So once we have this now, we're going to go ahead and add our text box. So I'm going to go to add a subheading. Here we have the page. We're going to go into effects, give it a background. Make sure the color is something that matches the vibe. I'm going to go with that. That looks good. And now we're simply going to move this to a certain part of the page. So let's say I'm going to bring it here. Okay. Now what you're going to do is you're going to go over to the transparency and make it slightly opaque. And there we go. Now we're going to duplicate the pages. Okay. So duplicate, 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 duplicate. There's 5 pages. And now we're simply going to make one more page because we have one cover page, right? So I'm going to delete everything from this page. And now we're going to make our cover. Now your cover could be anything, okay? But obviously because it's minimalistic, So we're going to go with a more classy or chic approach, okay? So you're going to search for a font that will look good, classy. And this one I feel like looks pretty nice. So we're going to take this, I'm going to bring it up here, and let's give it some flair. We're going to put in notebook over here, okay? And we have this little widget, so I'm going to delete that. And I'm going to write a notebook for writers. Okay, we're going to put that in. Once we put that in, we're going to bring it slightly lower. And now down here, we're going to write setting you up for success. Obviously, that is a nice message. I'm going to bring this text down here, remove the upper part, bring the lower part right next to this. And here we can write the number of pages. So let's say 5-page notebook. Okay, I'm simply going to write that in. And now we have this minimalistic look. You can obviously change the color. You don't necessarily need to keep the same color. Like, let's say I can just go plain black. You know, pretty minimalistic and pretty good. You can also change the spacing between the lines. Okay, that's also a setting that you can go with. So I'm going to go ahead and bring the lines a bit lower. And that relatively looks much better now. So I'm going to bring it to the top. This stays here. And that looks good. Now you're simply going to add the certain elements that you think are going to work well according to what your design is. So let's say I'm going to add this. This is generally a good minimalistic element to add. And let's add something like this right over it. Okay. So that leaves out a good design. And what you can do is you can then just group these two elements, keep it like this, and look at that. That looks pretty neat. That looks pretty straightforward. You can leave your illustrated bias down here if you want to, and then we move on to the pages. Okay, these are the pages. Obviously, you can number them accordingly. And now that we're here, you can also add some minimalistic designs in the main page. Like let's say there's this, right? I'm gonna make it a bit smaller. I'm gonna bring it up here, and I'm gonna add it like that. And look at that. That looks terrific in my opinion. So you're just gonna go to all the other pages, and you're simply going to copy paste. So, just make little changes like these. Like minimalism doesn't mean that it needs to be empty. It just means that you're gonna add things as minimally as possible. Okay. So here we go. Now, as we can see, this looks pretty cool. This looks pretty nice. Looks pretty straightforward. And you're finally gonna make a cover page. So in the cover page, you can obviously I'm going to take the same font that we have for the main page, copy that, and bring this over here. Now over here, what we're going to do is I'm going to leave this big flower design, floral design up here. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take down the opacity so it's not too overpowering. And now we're going to paste our text over it. And over here, we can simply go ahead and write thank you. And then down here, we can leave a nice message if you want to. And that will basically be your end page. So now we have a proper minimalistic notebook as well. Okay, pretty straightforward and pretty fun, wasn't it? The best part about making a writer's book or any type of reading media for KDP is that it's really fun to make it. Like the creation process and the design process is relatively really enjoyable. And once you're done with it, you can simply go over to share, go to download. Once you go to download, again, we're going to go with PDF standard. I'm going to go to download once again. And once you click on that, what that will do is it will safely download what you have desired. So as you can see, it takes about a few seconds to do so. So I'm simply going to wait for it to load in. And once our design is loaded in, I'm also going to give you a guide on how you are going to be publishing over to the KDP section. Okay, so Kindle Direct Publishing's upload sequence is also pretty simple. We're going to get into that in a few seconds. There's no payment required. You just need an Amazon account and you need to sign up with KDP. So as we can see, we have this design over here now. Look at that. Notebook for writer, setting you up for success, minimalist design. And look at this. Pretty cool, right? It looks pretty nice. It looks pretty chic. And, I would actually want to write on this. It looks pretty nice. So once this is done, what you're going to do is you're going to come over to KDP and you're going to click on join KDP. Now, once you click on join KDP, as you can see, you have to add in all your details. And once you have created the account, from there, the publishing is so simple because all you're going to need to do to publish is you're going to go over to the Publish Central. And in the publish central, we have this over here, publish with us. So once you come down here, first of all, it says prepare your manuscript and cover file. So obviously our cover files are these two, the first and the second. In manuscript, we don't really have a lot of manuscript. We just have these lines. So we're going to provide them with it. So you're going to format it, create your font, body, and back matter, such as your page title, etc. And if you have some issues, you can simply go over to Kindle Create to get an idea of it as well, which is basically Kindle's very own creator. But, we don't necessarily need that because we have Canva to help us. Then once you are done with that, you have three types of manuscripts. You have ebook, which is basically an electronic book, paperback, which is basically just a paper hard folded copy, and then you have hardcover, which is like a novel, etc. Paperback is for drawing books, hardcover is for, proper hardcover novels, and ebook is an ebook, those books you read on Kindle, etc. Then, moving on, the second step is publishing in print and digital formats. So you're going to enter your book details such as the title, the author, etc. Upload and preview your prepared manuscript and book cover, and then finally select your publishing rights and your main list price. And obviously, it will make our ebook available in Kindle stores, and it will get printed and ship your paperback and hardcovers on demand to customers around the world, which is great because it has proper shipping on demand. Then we have promoting your book. So basically, your ebook or whatever you have is going to be marketed on Amazon advertising. Okay. And you can enhance your book's detail page with custom images, text, and tables using A plus content, etc. So just like this, you are going to basically publish your book over to KDP. And the best part after publishing is the earning section. So you can actually earn with KDP and you can earn tons of money. So you can earn more with multiple income streams and where you can earn up to 70% royalties on ebook sales, earn your share of the KDP Select Global Fund based on your book's pages read, and earn up to 60% royalties on book sales. So the ebook sales is around 70% royalty, and that basically means that your royalty will be 70% of your list price. Okay, which is, a pretty decent profit. You can also earn royalties for pages read in Kindle Unlimited. So, whoever signs up for Kindle Unlimited, which is basically a paid, you could say, membership for Kindle, you can simply get better marketing and earning out of it. And the print book sales on royalty are around 60%, which is the print rate of, 60% in royalty rates, which is pretty good. And the earning price, without tax is $2.99 in ebook and paperback is $9.99. Okay. And it keeps going up with royalties as it goes. So it's good profit with, no investment. Like you're not investing anything. You're creating something from scratch and just letting Amazon do the rest. And you're making good money off of it. So Amazon KDP is an amazing place, in my opinion, to actually make good hard earned money. Okay. And generally, it gives you a very good portal way to get passive income. Okay. So the offers for something like this is incredible. And if you obviously require help with KDP and if you didn't understand anything in this video, you can let me know down in the comments below, or you can go to KDP Amazon's very own help page where they have a whole help center where they help you a lot with the different payment questions, etc. So, this is generally how we are going to be creating basic hard books from Amazon's very own KDP using Canva. So, yeah, as you can see, I just created two books right in front of you in the matter of, I guess, 20 minutes. And I have created these books and they are up for publishing now. So, that is the main idea of Amazon KDP and how you are going to be using it. So, just to give you all a recap on what we're going to want to do is basically when you land onto your Canva page, over here, simply go into the title section, go ahead and write notebook. And once you write notebook, as you can see, it loads in the templates for you. And in these templates, you can simply go ahead and choose any one of them, whichever one you think looks cool, just go ahead with it. And once you go ahead with it, obviously it depends on you on how you want to edit it. It could be, a formal template. It could be for girls, for boys, for men, for women, etc. So you can differentiate it through the different dynamics of the different types of people that will probably write in your notebook. So these are the different dynamics you're going to have to see when you're working with a software like this and you're creating a book like this. And once you have opened up your template, simply go ahead and give it a front and back page. And once you've given it the cover pages, simply go ahead, add in as much design as you can according to your niche. And once you are properly done with that, what you can do from there is simply go over to the KDP portal and upload your art. So yeah, that's generally the idea of Amazon KDP and how we're going to be uploading our notebooks from Canva to Kindle Direct Publishing. Now, one more thing is that obviously generating the different amount of designs can be done easily through Canva Free because Canva Free is the basic stock default plan that everyone gets. But if you want to get, more into the details, more creativity, and you want to get a little messy with your work, what you can do is you can simply come over to plans and pricings, and here you can see the different plans that Canva provides you. So you have free, pro, and teams. Now, the free plan, as I told you, is the stock default plan that everyone uses. But then you have Canva Pro, which is $650 a month, again, which is not that expensive. And then Canva Teams, which is again Canva Pro, but for more than one people. Okay. So per person, it's $5. And trust me, this is pretty cheap. It's much cheaper than the other softwares you can get, like Photoshop, etc. Those can create your journals or notebooks or any reading media as well. But obviously, those are softwares that are pretty hefty. You have to download them and then you have to make external purchases in them. So, Canva saves you from all of that. And even if you want any internal purchase, it's quite cheap, $6.50, pretty much amounts to nothing. So, yeah, that is basically what you can check out for yourself in Canva when you come over to it. But yeah, that's the main idea of Canva and how you're going to be creating a notebook and sending it to KDP. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please do make sure to drop down a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to see more videos like this in the foreseeable future, let me know down in the comments below and I'll be making a whole lot more for you. Till then, that is all from me, and I'll be seeing all of you wonderful people in the very next video. Have an incredible day. Goodbye.